What's going on, guys? Welcome to Car Wars, LA edition. It's like my crib. It's like MTV Cribs over in LA. Come inside. Look, I got my Cadillac Escalade brand new, you know. It says Suburban, but you know, it's actually an Escalade. You know, because we're in LA, I thought let's do a Hollywood version. You know, Robert Downey Jr. versus Chris Evans. This is where the magic happens. We got everyone working behind the scenes. Nathan, we got Inca, she's writing up the jokes. If you guys ever wonder why the show isn't funny, it's because she's writing up the jokes, you know? And this is our review. Today we're gonna be doing Robert Downey Jr. versus Chris Evans, just because they live right here. Chris! No, don't film him because he doesn't like being filmed, but yeah, it's on today, yeah, I got you, man. All right, anyway, so we're gonna go downstairs, a little bit of a house tour, living La Vida Loca and stuff, right? You guys thought you weren't gonna get an MTV Cribs, but here we are, right? These are all the bedrooms. Alex is somewhere here as well. Alex, are you naked?
No.
We're filming a Car Wars.
Oh.
We're filming Car Wars. Not today?
I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Okay, well look, that's the Hollywood life, you know what I'm saying? More stairs, because you know, in Hollywood it's all about fitness, right? So this is like toning up the legs, the glutes. All right, and before we even start the episode, I want to show you guys one more thing. This is the cinema room where you can watch all of your Car Wars episodes. Look at that. This is what happens when you hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That you just, boom, upgrade magically. So this is another episode without Alex Supercar Blondie.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Alex!
Answer me!
All right, so let's actually get into it. This has been an episode that so many people have requested. I didn't know that it was such a big deal, but this is gonna be a Marvel special.
You gotta do this more often.
Chris Evans versus Robert Downey Jr. They're both super well-known actors. Look, everybody knows them from their Marvel movies, but Chris Evans apparently was in Marilyn Manson's Tainted Love music video from like 20 years ago. That guy that you see being pushed, that was Captain America. Marilyn Manson just pushed Captain America. That's how Hollywood kind of works. Right, at the same time, Chris Evans also, strange fun fact, he tap dances, which is very unexpected as well.
Oh, that's...
What the hell is going on?
Robert Downey Jr. is one of the most successful actors of all time. He's now worth $300 million and was listed as one of the 100 most influential people by Time magazine. Quick fun fact, they actually made Iron Man to try to sell toys, so they made the cheapest possible movies to try to make some money. They got a washed up actor at the time, Robert Downey Jr. Long story short, the toy sales didn't really increase, but they did make $600 million in box office sales.
Bravo! Bravo!
So it became a successful franchise. They forgot about the toy sales, focused on movies, and here we are.
Dang.
Robert Downey Jr. also has one of my favorite TV quotes of all time.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Let's get into it. I'm gonna grab my laptop and we're gonna do a little quick fire round. Robert Downey Jr. he's had two R8s, one from 2009 and one from 2014. He's had a couple of Mercedes. He's had an SL 550 Coupe convertible, as well as a Mercedes-Benz Pagoda, an older, classic kind of Mercedes. He also has an Acura NSX, which is a car that I've never actually seen in person, but it looks incredible, looks super sporty, never seen on the street, but very unique car decision. He has a 1965 Corvette, looks incredible. He has a 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302, a Porsche 993, and a Ferrari California T. Look, it's a Ferrari, but it is the cheapest entry-level Ferrari that you can get, the California T. I mean, he lives in California, so you know, makes sense, right? But the car that I want to focus on is the 1967 Camaro RS Speed Core that Robert Downey Jr. actually gave to Chris Evans as a gift. It's worth about $275,000, has 730 horsepower, and is absolutely insane. It's a beautiful car, my favorite of his collection by far. It has a ton of cool details. The steering wheel is actually a Captain America shield with the star in the middle. It even says that it's made for Chris Evans under the hood on a little plate. Super cool. This car obviously now belongs to Chris Evans. We're gonna get into his car collection later, but now we're gonna go into intermission.
Nice.
All right, so it's time for intermission. So look, Alex and I haven't wasted any time. We said, you know what? Look where we are. We gotta get involved in the film industry because that's where all the dollars are at. So we actually went and got casted for the next Avengers movie. Take a look.
Car Wars.
What do you guys think? I mean, that's, you know, that was pretty believable, right? Let's get back into it. Let's continue with Chris Evans. All right, so Chris Evans, super successful actor, but spoiler alert, he has boring ass cars. He has a Chevrolet Suburban. Upstairs we had a Cadillac that wasn't a Suburban, but he has a Suburban. He has a Lexus, basically an Uber car. He has a Lincoln Navigator, which I'll admit is pretty cool, and I've always loved the Lincoln Navigator. But when you're like Captain America, come on, an Audi A8, again, individually it's a great car. For the average Joe, it's a stupendous car. But when you're Captain America, it's not that incredible. However, he has had an Audi R8, which I do actually love. They start off at $142,000, go all the way up to like 200, but the value of that car is incredible. As I said, I absolutely love that car. However, when you're Chris Evans, you should be getting, I don't know, throw in like a supercar somewhere, right? Like a Lamborghini. Look, Alex isn't here today, but if she was here, she'd also be like, you know, she'd be like, Alex, can you hear me? You know Chris Evans, right? Captain America?
Yeah.
So he has a Suburban, a Lexus, he has a Lincoln Navigator, and an R8. That's about it. Not that good, huh?
No.
You'd think that someone like Captain America would have a crazy car.
Yeah, for sure.
But he doesn't. So it gets like the Supercar Blondie seal of disapproval. The seal of disapproval, that's the worst of the worst. You don't want that. You don't want that. Great contribution. See you next episode. Right, so I am going to put up everyone's cars one more time for you guys to take a look. Nothing really to think about. The absolute winner of today's episode is Robert Downey Jr. Congratulations, Robert Downey Jr. Woo! Look, honestly, who would win in a fight? Iron Man versus Captain America? Impossible to know, but in the garage, it's Iron Man. And it's not even close, right? Like, at all. I hope you guys enjoyed this very different episode of Car Wars here next to a pool that doesn't belong to me with beautiful views of a city that I don't live in. This is what happens when you hit 100,000 subscribers, so let's make it 500,000 and get an even bigger place. I'll see you guys next time.